hard trying to get the chair adjusted. Tends to lose height on me. Golly gee, here I am moving around like a maniac. It is Monday, September the 18th, 7 p.m. 2023, and this is another edition of Coffee Talk. It is Coffee Talk number 36. Coffee Talk number 36 live stream. Let me get the stream up going. 13. Truthfully, Hillbilly, thank you for coming in. Hillbilly Josh. First, I did not do any shout outs today. I worked. When I hang up this live stream, I'm going to be doing some work. No drama llama, thank you for coming in, Dave. I've been having drama at work. The Bud Files. I met with my boss today. And she, well, you're only 5 weeks behind. How's it going? I tell you, 5 in the house. I'm showing 1 like. I've been being contacted by people. People have been sending me emails and texting me, and and did you leave me off the list? Or did you? I said, no, I didn't leave you off the list. I went back and had to check the list, and I said, well, I don't know how this person feels like they got. I've got 42 people that were on my list as far as potential drawer, for the drawing for when I did the 1300 and the 1400. And one of the people that is on the list said, I'm not on the list. And I haven't even released the video yet. The video premieres Wednesday, so I don't know. But I would never intentionally leave somebody off my list that qualified, but I did on one occasion. I did have an individual that qualified, and that I left them off. I didn't see all 5, and they corrected me, and I said, you're right, I'm wrong. And Robert Duran song covers, very excellent music. He does a lot of older classic pieces, and he does cover songs. And pleasant to listen to. I don't listen to him that much. I just don't have time to. Nice guy. Die Bullfrog, KP Heathen, Bus Stop, thank you for coming in. So if I ever offend somebody because I left them off of a list, it's not my intention to do so. I'm flawed, I'm old, I'm forgetful, and sometimes I overlook stuff. Guru and Wahoo the Turtle, I'm a lurker. I just wanted to leave a comment, sir. Thank you so much, Guru. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anton Miles and KP Heathen and Die Bullfrog and Bus Stop. Hello, Bus Stop. Guru and Wahoo the Turtle. Mindfully Crocheted. Thank you, Guru. I will be doing an unboxing, and I will do a video of the unboxing from Guru, Dave, and Echo. They sent me a box that I'm sure is the box to end all boxes. And told it's got some coffee in it, and if you way to my heart with coffee. The Bud Files is here. Thank you for coming in. Mindfully Crocheted. So um, that premiere will be Wednesday evening at 7. It's about 18 minutes long. It's a good one. And I've already revealed who won, and they've already got their box. My wife says I need to step up my game. Anton Miles, bus stop, KP Heathen. Hey Heathen, if you stick with me long enough, I guarantee you'll win something other. Because there aren't that many people that just consistently stay with me, and they've been working their way through winning by attrition. I also send out boxes to people that I send them a box. People who really stay with me and really they're there. I remember my friends. Humdrum Productions, thank you for coming in. Walter, good evening. Your birthday is soon. Well, happy birthday coming up. Starless Mystery, it's good to see you in here, young lady. Starless has 159 subscribers. She has an excellent channel. I am subscribed. I'm going to share her out, and then I'm going to give her standard moderator. Thank you for coming in, young lady. Appreciate you. And you need to post more content. I love your content. It's very, very refreshing and very relaxing content. Where are we at? Stars. Oh, here we are. Give you standard moderator. You now have a standard moderator. That's a channel you can connect with. That's the channel you can connect with Bus Stop. And she's got good content too. 12 in the house, 10 likes. Ungrateful Peasant, thank you for coming in, Ungrateful Peasant. One of my mentors sent me a long email. I had a couple of people send me a long email. One sent me a message to scold me for forgetting them. And another one of my mentors sent me a recommendation. And I know I need to do videos, and I know I need to do shorts, and I just don't have time to do videos and shorts right now. And I know, and I apologize. Work is taking my time, and I get to work early. I come home. A lot of times I'm tired, and I will take a little nap, and then I get ready for my 1 hour of live stream that I do. And once in a while I'll do a little more than an hour. Sometimes I do a little less. But I'm trying to support my channel because I spent so much time just film my drive to work. Yeah, I could do that. There are people that's all they do. They film themselves eating, and they film themselves driving around. That's a good idea, Bus Stop. I will probably need to do that. I probably need to try to film my drive to work. Stardust Mystery, didn't you get? Let's see. Yes, you did. You got my your standard moderator now. You're eating pasta? I love pasta. I do love pasta. Well, that's good that you did a short. the way when it comes to uploading, it will freeze you out where you can't go to fresh material sometimes, and you got to wait 5-6 hours before it'll unfreeze you. So like I was posting and shouting out channels, and I was taking pictures of home pages for channels, and I was editing them, cutting out the editing them, and then I was basically putting them up on my community wall with at the channel, and you can only do that so many times during a day, and then it will shut you down. So there are limits to what you can do. Ala Canada Vog, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. When I was not working, I could put 7 or 8 hours a day in on my channel, and I did. For a number of days, I put 7, 8, 10 hours a day in on my channel, watching videos, leaving comments, creating stuff, supporting my channel, and supporting those who support me. And I was at the point there for a while when if I dropped a video inside of 7 or 8 hours, I'd have over 100 views, with and most of those would have comments. And I was getting to the point where I was getting a couple of hundred comments on a video and between 400 and 500 views inside of 2-3 weeks. And you think, well, that's a lot, but that's not a lot. Well, when you've got a couple of hundred comments being left on your videos, and you're doing like a video a week, and you've got to respond to all that stuff, and and then also some of those are channels that you support, and then that you normally watch their stuff. I mean, that's a full-time job, and that was something that was really kicking my butt. That really was kicking my rear end. Hillbilly's Creativity, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here. So let me try to get into a little bit of what's going on right now and talk a little bit about preparedness. At some point, you're going to be in a situation. I need to post a video that's good. Doors, thank you for coming in, Doors. And thank you for the like. If y'all have not left a like, please leave me a like. It helps me. So most people that get, say, 1 million followers just stop replying to any comments. Yeah, but they do that a lot a long time before they get to 1 million followers. Susanna Morrison, proud mom, thank you for coming in. It really comes down to, is this your primary, what you're doing? Are you primarily doing, YouTube, and maybe you're doing Rumble, and, maybe you've got 2 or 3 channels, and you're on Facebook, and, and you're posting stuff, and you're tweeting, and, and you've got all these different things that you're doing. All that takes time. And is Generac a brand? A Generac is a brand, yes. Generac makes generators. Yeah, and it's something a hobby. Uh, YouTube was a hobby for me. And when YouTube was a hobby, I had 300, 350 consistently. I had 300, 350 subscribers. I'd pick up a few, I'd lose a few. I stayed like around 300, 350 subscribers. And that's what it was. Um, they got recalled. Handle it. A furnace needs 10 amps. Um, if you're going to get a generator, and if you're trying to power a house, um, like I know people who have backup generators that are they basically have natural gas, and they use natural gas to power it. A lot of people use propane. They'll have a very large propane tank that can be refilled, and they'll power it with propane. And the idea is that if the grid goes down for a period of a week or two, they can use that generator to basically run the systems in their house, make sure that their fridge, their freezer, they can run their heat or air conditioner. I mean, it's something other that can power their house. But it runs on, most of the time it's going to run on propane. But I've got a neighbor down the street, and part of my neighborhood has natural gas and part of it doesn't. My house is all electric. But I've got a neighbor down the street that has a Generac, and when we had the we had the hurricane, we had the power outage, her Generac was running, and it was running on natural gas, and her natural gas never turned off. She had natural gas, it never turned off. But electricity and water turned off, because at that time the city's water was run on the grid. It was not, they didn't have a backup system, powered system to run, to keep the water going. So the water was out for about 3 days. And so what I would probably tell you to do, count up what all you've got to run and how much power you can get a meter that you can plug in, and then you plug your device into the meter, so the meter goes into your wall, and then the whatever you're trying to determine your power level will go into the meter. You plug it to the meter, and then the meter will basically count watts. It'll track how much power you're using over a period of time, and that way you can determine how much power that draws and how much power you need. So you can basically add up how much power you need in order to run the essentials, and then you want to get something that will run that it's not peaking out or maxing out whatever you get. You want to have spare, like you want to basically be running at about half power, or you want to be running at 2/3 power. You don't want to be running at full power to power your load. That's going to wear it out a lot faster. Cruising Scene, thank you for coming in, Cruising Scene. I'm basically concerned with making sure I've got 2 refrigerators and I've got a freezer. I need to make sure that if the power goes out, they run. I don't want to lose stuff in my freezer. I don't want to lose stuff in my refrigerators. I got 2 refrigerators and I got a freezer. Now, one of the things somebody said to me that I need to be concerned about is that I've got children coming into my live stream, underage kids coming into my live stream. So one of the things that I did is that I hit the restriction button. So if you're under 18, if you're not an adult, you should not be able to come into my live stream unless you're using an adult's channel. $900's not bad for a dual fuel. Frankly, I'll tell you this. If you can get something that will run on propane, never put gas in it. Gas, it won't last as long. I mean, it'll run on gas, and it'll run on gas for years, and if you only use it part-time, it'll run, you know. But if you run it just on propane, it'll be a lot easier on the equipment. It'll be a lot easier. You get these dual fueled, so where you can run on this, you can run on that. If you get something that's like a dual fueled, I would only run it on propane. If you can only run it, I would only run it on propane. Yes, there are propane generators. I tell you what, Starless, you need to go on and Google. Well, actually, look on YouTube. You can find reviews of all sorts of stuff on YouTube. Generators, propane generators, dual generators. Hobotech is a good channel. On Hobotech, you get reviews. You can also get discounts. They'll give you, like, you know, discount codes on stuff. And I would look at Hobotech. I subscribe to Hobotech. I'm behind on viewing stuff, but they do lots of product reviews. And you can get a propane generator. You can get a generator that will run on propane. You can get dual fuel generators. You know, you could actually get a lithium power setup where you basically have panels on your roof. You can have wind on your roof, little turbines on your roof, and you can have it set up with the lithium power bank, and you can have a lot of storage, and then get yourself like a 4,000 watt inverter or 5,000 watt inverter into the system that you can run all this stuff. You could set up like that. The other thing is that you can get a smaller sized generator and get two of them, and that way you can rotate. The other thing about, when you talk about your refrigerator, your freezer running, you don't have to run it constantly. You can run it for a couple hours and turn it off. If you keep the thing closed, it's going to stay cold, and you can and then start it back up several hours later. You don't have to run the thing constantly. For one thing, they cycle on and off. They cycle on and off on their own. Did Mike come in? Mike Chrysler Reviews. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here, Mike. Becoming Dangerous. Thank you for coming in. But I will tell you what I would do, Starless. The first thing I would do, I would go and get about a $300. You can get one for $300 less. I would get a lithium powered um, battery. I would get something with a small, you could call it a solar generator. It's like a battery system. You can get one, and you can charge it with solar panels. You can charge it with wall electricity. You can charge it with 12 volt. I would get one of those, which would keep charged up, and then you can use that to recharge phones, pads, your notebook computer. If you've got some lights, I keep, this is the Goal Zero, 1, 2. I've got 3 of them. 2 of them right here. They're charged up. I charged them on a Goal Zero battery system I have. I've got a bunch of those. Yeah, battery bank. You call it battery bank. It's rechargeable with solar. You could have some sort of wind turbine set up that'll bring in some wattage, mainly panels, mainly from solar panels. Alacanada, thank you for coming in. Hello. A small generator is good to have for recharging things because they sip gas. Well, yes, that's something. The other thing you can do is you can get like a 1,000 watt propane. You can get generators that just run on propane or just run on that kind of stuff. And then you run it with a 20-pound tank or a 30-pound tank, and you can have multiple tanks. And then you can run it. Make sure everything's cold, turn it off, and then several hours later turn it back on, and just run it part-time. They're not loud. You do have to run them outside. You can't run them inside. And you could run it in your garage with your garage door open, your exterior garage door open. Yes, you can get radios that you can recharge USB. They also have cranks. You can get the little red ones. They have FEMA, and you get like FM channels and such on it. Has a little flashlight. You can actually use it, and you can actually charge your phone with it. I've got a bunch of those that I bought. I've ordered them. I've got them at Walmart. They're like $20, $25. We keep one. Each one of us keeps one in our carry bags. I've got some. I've given them away. Get a couple of wind up radios. Yes, that's what I was saying. Something with a, Yes, Uncle Al, when the power goes out, you can pinpoint all the generators in a 5-mile radius. Yeah. Oh, well. I've been really enjoying listening to the radio again. I haven't for a long time. Truthfully, back in the days, usually at lunchtime, I'd listen to Rush Limbaugh, may he rest in peace. EIB, I would listen to him. He's very conservative, and he would hit them right between the eyes. And they hated him the same way they hate Trump, And he had cancer. He used to smoke cigars. He did that for a long time. A.T.Y. Pacal, thank you for coming in. And they were just so damn glad when he died. You really should not wish ruination on anybody. I mean, if you're a good Christian, you shouldn't risk. You should not wish ruination on anybody. Yes, yes, lights. They have a little light on them, and they're good for emergencies. Not the best sound in the world, but then again, you get what you pay for. Um, my trick is a quiet box and motorcycle muffler. Sylvester Stallone isn't that cool. Homeless outreach people give away wind up radios. You know, I've heard that when the migrants come across the border, the illegals, they come across the border, you know, and they get set up with the government, that they give them cell phones. The government will give them phones. And they get all sorts of little stuff that they give them. They give them backpacks. And they give them, you know. And, oh, that's cool, Hunter Green. Most of the stuff that I buy winds up being red. For whatever reason, they wind up being red. Yeah, yeah. You know, I grew up at a time when we didn't have the stuff that they have now. But we had things that they don't want you to have now. Um, from a young age, I had a pistol, I had a shotgun, I had a 22 rifle. When I got a little older, I had a hunting rifle with a nice scope on it. And fishing, knives, hatchets, shovels. I knew how to set up a camp, how to make a fire out, you know, how you bank a fire, how you basically make sure that you don't have problems with it getting out of the, you know, line it with a perimeter of rocks. Not that big a deal. And how to set up a tent, how to use a tarp to set up a, you know, an emergency shelter. You learn how to do all those kind of things. Yeah, back in the day, everything ran on D batteries. You'd have those old D batteries. You'd have a radio. It'd have an antenna on it, mainly AM. Back in the day, it was AM. Back in the 60s and 70s. And you'd have a handle on it, and that was your emergency radio. Um, Back in the day, wealth was, you know, every day you ate meat. You ate good food every day. We're talking about, you know, good meals every day, plenty of food. You want something to eat, you want sodas, you wanted candy, you wore nice clothes that didn't have holes in it, you had leather boots, nice hats, leather belts, nice wallet. That was wealth. You know, that was wealth. And a lot of stuff is like emergency Red Cross. Like you get these like you get these radios, walkie-talkies, or you get these radios that are they're Red Cross approved. You know, FEMA and Red Cross. Like your first aid kits, you can get like, you know, Red Cross first aid. It's more expensive, you know, and it's got more stuff in it. 6 watching, 19 likes. Thank you. Um, I did not put out any notifications about my live stream today. I mentioned it yesterday during my live stream several times, but I didn't do any shout outs. I didn't put out anything on my community wall about today. There's a notification about my premiere on Wednesday, which will be at 7 o'clock. It'll be about 18 minutes long. It's a 1,400 subscriber giveaway. And it is a video, Uncle Al. I did a video. It's my first one I've done in 2 weeks, but I did a video. I grew up with a couple of family business. We made enough to pay the overhead and employees, but we barely had enough to get by because of ridiculous taxes you have to pay when owning. My dad would take us for really long rides in his truck, and we'd stop at a store and just get Colby cheese and bread and soda pop. You know, back in the day, my father, we'd go out hunting or we'd go out fishing. We'd have crackers, saltines, and we'd have sardines, and we'd have Vienna sausages, and we'd have Spam, and we'd have a cooler with ice, with sodas. My father loved Dr. Pepper. I was more of a Coke person myself. I could tell you stories about that. You know, half the population loves Trump and half the population hates him. He's either loved or hated. And I mean, I can argue either way on the guy. I can argue his bad points, I can argue his good points. The point is, he does have good points, and most of the left refuse to say he has any good points. You know. So when you won't admit, you know, he's not the Antichrist, and he's not, you know, he's not the devil, and he did do a lot of good things when he was in office. And he was, no, I don't want to hear that. I'm woke. I can't hear that. You know. I mean, I get people on my channel, you know, when I'm doing a live stream, and then they start freaking out because I said something nice about Trump. I can say bad things about him, you know. But we hunted and fished everything in season year-round to put food on the table. I don't remember actually going to the store for meat until I was in my teens. You know, when I was young, my dad would buy a quarter and have it cut up, the butcher cut it up, and it'd go into a freezer. And if you wanted hamburger meat, they had ground hamburger meat up for you. And this was like lean hamburger meat. They'd make you steaks. They'd, you know, you wanted sausage, they'd have they'd pork sausage, you know, they'd butcher a pig, and, you know, or a hog, and, you know, you'd have meat. And my dad, you know, you'd buy a quarter, you know, a couple 100 pounds, you know, 100 pounds, 150 pounds, you know. When he bought meat, he bought meat. And they'd cut it up for you, and they'd wrap it in butcher paper, and it'd go in the freezer. You know, it'd be dated, and it'd go in the freezer, and it'd be good for a year, you know, in the freezer if it had to. Roasted skunk. Oh, please, Uncle Al. I didn't come to this country illegally. I was born in this country. My wife was born in this country. Her parents were Mexican nationals. Her father, may rest in peace, both of her parents have passed. He got his citizenship. He served in the military for like 3 years and got his citizenship after serving in the military. A lot of people do that. My dad would hunt woolly mammoths while my mom picked berries from bushes, woolly mammoths. Did you know they're looking to bring, the technology is such that they're looking to bring mammoths back. They want to use an Indian elephant. They want to basically have an Indian elephant carry a mammoth. They want to do their voodoo with the genetic thing, and have a Indian elephant bring a mammoth to term, and you know they think they can do that. Something that they think they can do. They think they can bring back certain extinct species that have died out within a certain number of years, thousands of years. They can't find viable DNA that's millions of years old, but they can find 30, 40, 50,000 year old viable DNA, which they think they would. They're at the point where they got the technology where they could theoretically bring some stuff back that's extinct. Creative redundancy. Thanks for coming in. Creative redundancy. Thank you for coming in, Uncle Al. Be safe. Hello, CR. They've actually found remains that were about 4,000 years old. They were around longer in Asia and the islands. They were around longer out there. They lived a little bit longer than they thought. So they've been around for, they died out about 4,000 years ago. So I need to do an unboxing of my Blue Eddy battery system, generator, whatever you want to call it. I bought a Blue Eddy on Prime Day, and I haven't unboxed it yet. It's sitting back there. And then I had a gift box sent to me by Guru Dave and Echo from Georgia. Nice big box. I posted a picture of me holding the box on my community wall here a couple of days ago. I need to do an unboxing of that. That'll be a video. I'm waiting until after the 1400 drops, and then I'll probably do a couple of videos before I get to the 1500. I'm at 1420 some odd subscribers right now, and I'm not pushing it. I'm not in any hurry. They join when they join. I'm not, I'm more interested in the watch time, how many watch hours I'm getting. Right now I'm at about 500 for the last 28 days. I'm not pushing that either, but I'm making sure I do my live streams. You get people, they live stream, and they'll do a 6, 7, 8 hour live stream, and they have the number of people come on that I have. The thing is that you get some of these people that they stay on for hours with them. They might only have 7 or 8 or 10 people that stay on, but if they're doing the live stream for like 4 or 5 hours, and you've got 10 people that stay on for 4 hours, that's 40 watch hours. Whereas I do 1 hour of streaming, and I get 13, 14, and I have however many people come on, and then I get like 13, 14, 15, 15 watch hours, and I live stream for an hour. People come and go, and a few people stay a long time, and that's just how it happens. Well, thank you for coming in, Pakal. Appreciate you. Yeah, and I will also tell you, oh man, I'm not showing anybody right now. What happened? According to this, I still got people in here talking, and I'm only showing I got one or two people in right now. Man. Um, I will tell you, I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. I've got Brain Splatter Gaming. Thanks for coming in, Brain Splatter Gaming. I've got work every day this week. When I get off, I've got to send some emails. I got to put together a schedule. My boss wants it tomorrow, so I've got to do an email to my boss with the schedule that I put together. Sixth in the house. What is my work? I'm an educator. I work at a middle school. I have a behavioral unit for ED kids who are what they used to call emotionally disturbed. They've got issues. They've got anger issues. They got behavioral issues. I have two teacher assistants, and I have to do a schedule. I have to give the boss a formal schedule. You know, there are 3 lunch shifts: 6th grade, a 7th grade, a 8th grade. Each of us will do a separate lunch shift. I got some kids that go out for classes, so I've got to basically certain periods of the day I'll send a paraprofessional to go work with these kids out someplace, in a regular classroom. I got to do an email about that today. I was an educator for 30 years. I was a principal for 23 of those years. I retired 5 years ago, and I came out of retirement to go back to work this year. I've been working last month. We're a month into the school year, so, and well, it's cool from the standpoint that I'm doing it again, but I got jacked up because access, um, contract, a lot of a lot of headaches getting back into it. Things have changed some. Plus, it's been forever. Um, it's been forever that since I taught. The radiation belt prevents film and possible people from landing on the moon, but we can send rovers. Even if they did that and make it to the moon, they had to film the landing in a studio. I don't know. I see these pictures and video, old footage of they think Bigfoot's running around out there, and I think it's just a drunk bohemian, streaking or whatever. I joke about that. I say it's just a drunk naked bohemian walking around out in the woods, Bigfoot, or Sasquatch or whatever you want to call it. Dang it. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm having a good time right now. I'm having a good time. Uh, hmm. I don't know. You know, there's no telling. I laughed my head off about some of the stuff. Uh, yeah, we're the champions. Queen. Oh, that's good old music. You know, it used to be cool to be patriotic. It used to be cool to be patriotic. It used to be cool to stand up and do the pledge, to stand for the national anthem, to support uh, your country. And now all of the anti-American, anti, capitalism, anti-God, anti-fossil fuel, anti-this, anti-that, anti-gun. I mean, please, the United States is right at 250 years old as a country, as an independent nation. Uh, Little Lone Prepper, that's a good one. I hear you, Wayne. I hear you, and I agree with you. Bus stop. I set the live stream that underage channels cannot come in. You got to be at least 18. Unless somebody is using somebody else's channel, there shouldn't be any kids in here. I don't know. I really don't. At this point, I really do not care. Not sure about his feet, but he has long, stringy hair. Yeah. They say that the Loch Ness Monster was creatively done back in the day, and everybody believes it. They've been through, they've been through there with submarines and scanners and everything you can imagine. There is no dinosaur in Loch Ness, Scotland. There isn't. So here we are talking. We're all just shooting the you know what. The power goes off. Technology shuts down. What's your plan? What's your plan? Do you have a plan? How much food do you have? How much water do you have? How much medication do you take medication? How much of it do you have? What are you going to do when the water's not running? The gas isn't running. The electricity isn't running. What are you going to do? What are your plans? What if the grid goes down for an extended period of time? What are your plans? Can you support yourself? It's a good idea. It's a good idea it's a good idea to think about these things now. When you do a shopping list, buy extras. Calculate how long what you have will last. How many people are you feeding? Buy extras. Keep buying extras. Build up. Get a rotation going. Keep a journal of what you have. Make sure you keep track of your dates. Rotate it. You're looking way too far into it. Hey, sir, what if you were a kid? I'm not worried about if you're a kid. I'm not worried about it. If you start saying inappropriate stuff, you'll get blocked and banned from a channel. Might get reported. But somebody had said something about kids coming into my stream. So like you answer questions when you do a live stream, and one of them is this made for teenagers or children? And I always put no, it's not. It's really adult content. But today I checked off to not allow underage people into the stream. I mean, I've had teenagers come into my stream and they behave just like adults. They speak like adults. They talk like adults. They have adult conversation. I'm happy to have them. But somebody said it's a good idea to block children from coming into this. When it comes to food storage, you should have enough to get through the next winter, at the very least. Yes, you should. I think the Mormons have that aspect of their religion right. Each family stores a year's worth. The Mormons, the Amish, the Mennonites, a lot of those, the people who would call us the English, the Anglish, yeah, they plan and they store for long term. And they're the ones that will survive. The country folks are the ones that will survive in SHTF. The people who, when they grow, they grow. They can. They freeze dry. They have chickens. They have goats. They have, meat animals. They hunt. They fish. They have horses. They can ride horseback. They're set up that if they can't go to the store for a while, they'll get by. What's that song? A country boy can survive. A country boy will survive. I like that new song. It's driving the woke crazy. Try that in a small town. That's a good song. Uh, Another good one, if you haven't seen it, is I Think My Dog's a Democrat. That's a funny one. It's like a little spoof type thing. Really funny. I enjoyed that. Fishing Queen, thank you for coming in. So, well, thank you for coming in, Fishing Queen. So, I have a premiere of my 1,400 subscriber giveaway Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's about 18 minutes long. I may go live for a little while afterwards. I may not. Work is kicking my butt. I'm tired. I was tired this last weekend. I slept a lot this last weekend. But I did do shout outs and post 60 some odd channels on my community wall. And I did get my 1,400 subscriber giveaway edited, finished shooting it, put up all the stuff, and it's good to go. It's good to go. My apologies. You're not catching me at my best. And I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will try to get the script going. Today we talked about generators and the moon landing and flags and all sorts of stuff. Illegals, who's illegal, who's not illegal. You know, this is a land of immigrants. But when the immigrants came over, they supported themselves. They didn't come with their hand out. Today's immigrants are a drain on society, and a lot of them are criminals. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And they're swamping us. That's my commentary for today. I will be back tomorrow. I wish everybody a good day. And at this point, I'm going to close down